Hey guys, how's it going? Laura with Garden Answer. I'm out here in my vegetable garden today getting ready to plant some onion sets, and I want to show you how I do it. So there are 3 ways that you can plant onions. You can plant them by seed, by little plant starts, and then also by sets. This is what an onion set looks like. It's basically an onion that's grown into just a little bulb and then forced into dormancy at an early stage. Definitely the most easy and most convenient way to plant onions. The only drawback that I can find is that you're usually a little bit limited as to what varieties you can find. You usually find them in bulk bins or in little bags labeled yellow, red, and white. I'm planting some yellow and a little bit of red today in my garden. Typically you want to plant them mid to late March into April when your soil's workable. It might vary a little bit depending on what climate you live in. Usually you want to go 2 to 4 weeks before the last average frost date. In warmer climates, if you live somewhere where you don't really have a really cold winter, you can actually plant these in late fall and winter. So first of all, I'm going to loosen up the soil a little bit, and that will allow the onions to have space to bulb up nicely. And I'm just using this garden cultivator, I think is what it's called. It's got a hoe on one side and a fork on the other. You can use whatever tool works for you. As soon as the soil is loose, I want to add a little bit of a starter fertilizer like this Biotone, and I just sprinkle this over the top and then just work it in again with my tool. And this is just a nice source of food for your onions since they are heavy feeders. They need to have a lot of food to size up nicely. Then I'm going to create a series of 1-inch furrows in my soil. That's typically about how deep your onion sets will need to go. And the onion sets have a definite bottom and top. So you can see on the bottom side of the set, it's usually flat, brown, kind of dry looking, and then the top is pointy. And we want to make sure that the top is pointing up when we plant. So I'm going to space these about 4 to 5 inches apart, and that will allow them to size up nicely. However, if you want to harvest some green onions out of this space in the meantime, while you're waiting for your onions to grow and bulb up, you can plant them heavier. So you can plant some sets in between and then harvest those out as they grow and form green onions, and you can use those for cooking. But just make sure that you have all of those thinned out and have them about 4 to 5 inches apart in the end so that they can grow up and get nice and big. All right, so now I've got all my sets in place, so I'm going to cover them back over with soil just until the pointy end is covered, and then I'm going to water them in well. Keep in mind that onions are not drought tolerant, so they do need to be consistently watered. I'm all done for today, so they're all planted and watered in. And like I said, onions are really heavy feeders. They need a consistent source of food in order to size up nicely. So I'll be going in about every 2 to 3 weeks with some garden tone and side dressing each of the rows of onions. And then I anticipate them growing throughout the next few months, and I'll probably harvest right around sometime in August. So we'll probably be showing you an update video when that happens. So that's it, you guys. I hope that this video was helpful, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.